here. And let's cross our fingers. Looks like we're going to be live, Daddy Paul.
Says you've got an excellent connection.
Yes.
Is that a delay?
Analytics. We're going to go to stream settings. We're good on that. Analytics.
This is not a long
And
string.
help.
This is not a real solid delay.
No, I use the normal.
Okay.
Excellent stream status.
Okay.
You have person on already. Look at that.
Are we here?
Yeah. Can you
we
hear
have
us
somebody?
okay? And are we live? Can you see us and can you hear us? Surrey Case. We're a couple
Delay is
minutes
tripping
early.
me out.
We're a couple minutes early. So there is a delay on the responses. And I could change that delay if you want.
I could probably read them on my phone.
You're supposed to be looking at your phone. You're supposed to be talking to the microphone.
But I can read mine.
Good evening. All right. Well, it's good morning for us.
Wow. Sounds
I've been
good.
waiting on this. So let us a little loud. Well, turn your volume
Yeah.
down.
Hey, Big Blue.
Sounds good. You got Big Blue says, "Hey, Paul." Yeah. Go for it. You know how to do this better than me. I've never
No, I'm
done.
just tripping out because of this room.
Why?
What do you call this place?
A studio?
Oh. It kind of reminds me of something Saddam Hussein would have owned, like the fingernail factory. It's just
It's
like
missing
it's
the
all
chains.
black.
We're missing the
You can't
chains
hear anything.
and the
It's like your screams can't be heard. For anybody watching, if I blink 3 times, send help.
You're funny. All right, we gotta put it on auto. I feel it's getting a little warm in here. All right, so everybody's coming on a little fast. Good luck with that.
Oh yeah, that's the fun of it.
That's the fun of it. Okay,
Keep it up.
we finally got Paul, guys. Sounds good. All right, got Vancouver. He's so Paul, take it away because you're better at this than I am. I got to learn from the master.
Well, you want me to interview you or talk to you or tell you something?
No, we're going to talk about nothing.
Oh, good. I'm good at that.
Yeah,
I had an idea.
this is all about nothing. We specialize in nothing.
This room again is just tripping me out.
Are you claustrophobic?
No, no, no. But that's window light.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming behind you is window light.
it's a window, but it's
If this
covered.
doesn't work out, you could spray paint the black.
Yeah.
And you could turn this into a poker room for vampires. What do you think?
Well,
You could make a killing.
I
hear they pay good.
I have additional lighting, but I don't think we need it. There actually is another setup for lighting. But as you can see, it's a bit on the bright side. Now, if I turn it down a little, you guys have to tell us if this is better or 1, 2, 3. This is better. I don't see a difference on my screen, but maybe they do. Anyway,
Goldfinger, if you get any better at this, you're going to have an entourage.
yeah, I need a producer.
Doing live is a good idea. Hey, I sent a request for an ebook. I know you have many requests.
Yeah, Vegas. I left the live on. I didn't know that you have to end live, and then it waits a little bit. Okay, and then you have to hit.
It's a process.
It has a process. Okay, so
Right.
the first live I did, I ended live, and I walked away. For 4 minutes till I came back and he goes, end live now. Well, yeah, I pushed end live. What do you mean end live now? It's been recording. So I have 4 minutes last night on my live that nothing happened but a few background voices.
To be honest with you, nothing much happened during
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, we only have fun here. This is a fun place, I enjoy it. What do we got?
Hey, Paul, any suggestions filing for Social Security from here, but keeping it in the U.S.? That's probably my biggest pet peeve is if you're going to do Social Security, that you want to do it while you're in the U.S. if possible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you need though, kids. You need a physical address in America. You need an American phone number.
Yes, absolutely.
And you do not want to play games with saying you're in the Philippines or Vietnam or Cambodia or Spain. How many more places should I name? Is that enough? Is that enough examples? Okay. Stay in America. keep it in America, and then don't jack around with it after you set it up. Don't change your address. Don't change um, banks, for heaven's sake. Just keep everything as if you're there because you can do everything paperless. So if you're setting up here, use a VPN that says you're in San Francisco, I guess, and hopefully they won't be able to pick up on the VPN. Put in your information, put in an address. If you have a relative or if you have a ex-wife or a friend or a brother or whatever, use their address and keep an American phone number. Pay the tariff on that phone number the first 90 days that you're here. If you got, what do you call it? What did I have? T-Mobile.
T-Mobile,
Yeah,
yeah.
and back then I could do an international plan for
I let
60
mine
bucks.
go and it caused a problem. I am now
Yeah,
waiting for a card to be sent to my son's house so he can spend 100 to $200 to send it to
ship it
me
over here. Yeah.
because because banks recognize VPNs or
Oh,
voice
yeah, maybe
voice.
Social Security does too. I'll
No,
tell
I
you
don't think
what,
Social Security
I'll
does. I
make
don't think.
everybody here a deal.
Mm,
Is I'm having dinner the 28th of this month with the guy from the embassy. And so he will know the answer to that.
okay, good.
All right. So I'm a liaison with the embassy.
Okay.
And so, and I'm going to recommend another expat here to take care of, fill the void that Mark Thornton left because he was also a liaison. And when he
TCL.
passed, so,
I'm going to laugh at that, but okay. I don't
oh,
mean to.
don't let
I don't. I know.
the poor
I'm
man.
sorry.
Come
I
on.
know. I'm sorry for him and sorry for his death and everything else. But Eliazon, he
He
was
did a good
self. He
job.
was he self-proclaimed. He threw. Okay, I'm not going to talk. Not talking negative about the.
Please,
Not okay.
please.
But if he did good, that's fine.
He
Okay.
did fine.
All
He
right.
did fine.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let it rest in
I
peace.
saw his wife the other day.
Oh, did you?
I saw his wife Jen and her sister Charlene. I think
Yeah.
day before yesterday at the car wash.
I heard they're taking over the channel, or she has her own channel.
I don't pretend to know. Um, I think she's just carrying on his channel.
Yeah.
But May was inside talking with the girls for a while, and they were very polite, very nice. It looked great. They
I
were getting a
saw.
car wash. They had a silver Wego,
Oh, cool. That's
so I
fine.
thought that was
Oh,
cool. And then they said hi to me and bye to me as they left. And I asked May how they doing. And she says Jen's really lonely,
yeah. Yeah.
missing her husband,
Yeah.
and which is natural. And
Of
she May
course.
was telling her, yeah, I lost my mom, so they were boo-hooing with each other in the coffee
And I
shop.
saw John at
Yeah, and you
Hyperman,
saw John. Yeah,
and that
yeah,
was cool.
yeah,
And he has his kids. He was very happy.
yeah,
He looked more healthy.
yeah,
He
yeah.
he added some weight to him. So that's
And
good.
he talked to me a couple times. What did he call me last week for something? Yeah,
We're going to letting only people get away from us. Where are we at?
of course.
Uh, ebook. I don't know where we left off. Sorry, guys. Um, so Boho
Oh,
sounds
I
good.
left off at the Kevin's question.
Where's
Suggestions for filing Social Security, but
okay?
keeping it in
So
the U.S. Yeah, keep it in the
okay.
U.S.
All
by
right.
all
So I'll
means.
move down.
Paul, quick
Um,
question. How did you like Dulce Vita? What was Mark and Enrique's opinions on it? Oh, Dulce Vita. Are we talking about the apartments?
it must be.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Um,
They're good deals. Clean. They have big apartments. I've always been a fan of Dulce Vita. It's up there a bit. It's up the hill a ways, as they say. But Mark lived there, and a number of my friends have lived there.
yeah.
Well, they have studios. They have two bedrooms.
Britt,
Um,
I'm fine. He's asking how I feel. I feel fine. Thank you. Uh, used to be the Muppets. What are the Muppets? Okay.
these two fellows used to be on the Muppets. That truer words never spoken.
Uh, you know,
Uh-huh.
I sent you the link. What is it? Paul Cardwell, is it?
Mhm,
He spoke about us, both of us,
mhm.
on one of his videos. It wasn't bad. He was nice. And I don't like to talk about other
Yeah, let's see.
channels. I'm not going to go there, but he seems like he's doing okay now. He's doing better, so that's good for him. You know,
Okay.
he's in America. He wants to come back here. I don't
Probably
think.
more boring, Goldfinger, than to talk about
Okay,
YouTube or other YouTube
moving on.
channels.
Moving on.
And, what
Okay,
did this guy
take
say?
it
What's
from.
one that one doing?
Well,
There's
that's
all
I don't.
these friggin'
Yeah, he
review
just seemed like he
things.
was doing better now, so I'm
Okay,
happy
well,
for him.
I hope everybody does
Yeah.
well.
Um, so let's see. Uh,
Today with Baby May's on here. Hi,
what?
wifey. How you doing,
Oh
baby?
yeah, Baby May's on with Tada
Ta-da and
and Yep
Yippee.
Yippee. I didn't know that's how she spells Yippee. Okay, Yippee I-K. Yippee
Well, she
I-yay.
spells it wrong. I, for her, it's Yippee,
Yippee.
like Giuseppe.
Should have brought the sister to
Oh, could you
Einstein.
imagine?
They'd never be quiet. My soundproof
No,
room wouldn't be soundproof.
no,
They'd be
no, no. You
barking
could.
up a storm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so and what else has happened in your life? I'll interview you for a moment.
Well, that was the point, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
no, not really, because this you can interview me, I can interview
Yeah.
you either
Okay.
way. Okay,
All right.
but we're just talking about nothing. So I'm just wondering
Yeah, and we're
how's
doing a good job of
yeah.
it. And absolutely no
I'm an
useful
expert at
information so
nothing.
far.
I'm an expert at
So
nothing.
that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
retired. I'm an expert at nothing.
exactly.
How's the house coming along?
The house is actually right where it needs to be.
Okay,
The house is uh, postponed until next year before
oh,
we
that's
start putting shovels in the dirt.
okay.
However, we've made big progress with the house,
Okay,
which
great.
sounds contradictory, but we've put a kubo up, which is one of those bamboo
Oh,
houses. You've
okay.
seen them on the side of the
Yeah,
road,
yeah, yeah.
about $500.
Okay.
We put a fence around it. The
So they don't
building,
steal it.
uh
So they don't steal it.
they stole my first one. They stole my bunkhouse.
How is the fence going to stop them from stealing the second one?
It's a fence, man. It's
It's
got
a
barbed wire.
fence. Does it
They
say
got to
keep
get
out? You
through
got to
it.
put keep out
I got
signs.
a no trespassing sign
Okay,
up.
good,
I got neighbors that now know who we are.
good.
So,
Yeah,
and
introduce yourself to
the
neighbors.
little what do I call it, bunkhouse? That was easy. That was just a plywood.
Yeah,
This thing's heavy. It took
it's
4, 5, 6 guys to lift that mother off
off
the
of a
truck.
flatbed or
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's really cool. May videoed it. It's on the
Now you
channel.
put that there. Why? A place to sit and
Mm,
relax.
Well, a number of reasons. Number one, the primary reason was since we're not building,
Mm,
and yet we want a building permit,
hmm.
that's going to suffice as the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to
So
have
you
something
have
there.
to have something tangible there, which makes
Interesting.
sense,
Okay.
right? We were going to use the bunkhouse,
Right.
and and the municipality said, "Yeah, that's cool," but then they stole the bunkhouse. The workers did,
Of
and
course.
because they didn't get paid, those poor guys. And I didn't blame them for taking it.
It's a shame they didn't get paid
They
because
filled in all the holes. They had built a latrine, so but they filled that all in,
well, that's nice
and
of
so
them.
they were cool.
So they weren't
And
after you. They weren't upset with
no,
you. They were just
no,
upset
because we
with
would
they
go
weren't
up
getting
there and
paid.
bring them lunch, and
Oh,
then
that
I'd
was
ask
nice.
them, I go, "Are you getting paid?" And they'd say no, and I said, "Well,
Oh,
then don't
oh.
work. Just hang out and
You told
relax,
them, "Don't
man."
work,
I
relax."
did tell them, "Don't
And you
work."
brought them cold drink because this
We
gets
bought
hot
'em
now. Now it's really hot.
drinks and gave them some cash, and we would pick up, what do you call it, Chicken Joy, and go over there with rice and all that happy stuff.
And now why is it waiting till next year?
Okay, well, I am back to my original plan before I got caught up in that snafu with that dude. Um, I want to wait until I have what I call the pink slip.
Okay.
That's the title, the actual, it's called a torrent title.
Torrent.
Means that May, not me, I can't own property. May can. And it takes up to a year to get that. And so originally, the original attorney that I hired just sat on his ass and did nothing with my file for 6 months.
Okay.
And then my buddy JR over at JRC,
He made
he
things
got
happen.
involved
Yeah.
and he said, "Give me your stuff, Paul. I'll help you out with this."
That
And
was it.
he moved it forward so much, like within a month,
So
he had
does he
75% of it done.
will he do this for others?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Oh,
but it has to be JR himself or can his office do it?
it's going to be through his office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm kind of like his test balloon, I think.
Where is
And
JR living? Where does he live?
he lives in Cebu.
Yeah, I didn't think he was here.
No, no, he lives
He
in
has
Cebu.
offices Cebu.
Cebu, Manila, Dumaguete.
Doesn't he have anything in Manila?
Manila,
Yeah.
Cebu.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Manila. Okay. So he has three offices. He's quite busy. It's go ahead. I don't even mean
That's
to
okay.
interrupt you. I'm sorry. Well, because I found out that in order to get your passport renewed while you're here, this just came up the other day. I was talking with Jack and Joe, a couple of expats that I have coffee with, and they were telling me that they had to give it to JRC, pay $100 US, to have it sent to Manila, and then in Manila they send it all the way back to Dumaguete. This takes 2 months. Then in the meantime, you have to have the stamps from the old passport transferred to the new passport. They send it back out to, I think, Manila, and pay 7,000 pesos and have it transferred. Well, this all takes 3 months, four
Yeah,
months. In the
yeah,
meantime, you have to renew your visa every 2 months.
yeah.
So they're in violation of overstay for anywhere from a month to 2 months. I go, why don't they just ship it when they get it in Manila, the passport? Why can't they ship the new and the old to the office that does the transfer?
Mhm,
It's already been done. You're saving you're saving a few days.
mhm.
No, no, that doesn't work because that would be
Yeah,
common sense.
yeah, yeah.
And so he said he has to pay a fee. Now he said 1,000 peso fee, but
It's a late fee. It's a
it's a late fee.
thousand
But I think
pesos.
it's more than 1,000. But we'll find out.
Yeah, 30 days. It's 1,000.
It's 30 days is
30
1,000.
days or less is 1,000.
So it's 1,000 per 30.
Yeah.
So the second month will be
So
a
now
thousand.
I'm not. I shouldn't. Well, I'm on a 13, so my visa is good for a year because I'm
Guys,
married.
I'm sorry.
So that's one of the benefits of
Yeah,
being
there's a
married.
benefit now.
I don't have to sweat that kind of stuff.
Okay, we're gonna go back down to the two of you and put it on a character. Okay, that's what we need is a character on the wall. Yeah,
Let's
what
see.
happened to the pictures you were supposed to bring over here?
Oh,
I never saw the pictures that you were gonna hang on the wall.
you know what? I just got swamped.
Yeah, figures. I
It
know the feeling. I
really
have
is
people
like,
asking me to
dude.
meet with me and do videos, and every morning now I have appointments. I'm booked this week every day,
Mhm,
and I'm already booked on Monday of next week.
mhm,
It's starting to become annoying.
mhm.
I didn't that was something, and I don't want to bring it up, but someone else, a YouTuber, brought up that it's very difficult to be a YouTuber because of your you're opening up your personal life and your personal time,
Mhm.
and it takes quite a bit. So, and it's true. And they question whether or not it's best to be a YouTuber because everybody, not everybody, but a good 10% of the people that watch you are not there to be nice.
That's cool.
We're talking trolls. We're
Well, that's
talking,
just life,
yeah, it is life. But
right?
you
I mean,
bring
not
yourself out
everybody
to the
I meet
public.
likes me.
You bring yourself out to the public, and I imagine you have a lot more aggravation than I have because
Oh,
I
no.
have 3,000 people. You have 103,000
Yeah,
more. I mean,
yeah.
that's very difficult. It's got to be very difficult
No,
for
it's
you.
not. Not
It,
difficult at all.
what about meeting people?
I've only had one negative encounter
Okay,
in 5 years with one dude.
the guy that came to your house.
No, no, no.
Oh,
That's
that's two. That's
totally
two.
different thing.
That's totally
I'm
different.
talking about in person, like
Personally
out in
tried.
public.
Okay.
And um, what did this guy do? This was about 2 months ago. And most people, and I got to tell you, if you're out and about, 95% of the people will just like wave and say,
Yeah,
"Hey, old
I
dog,
know. Hey, Goldfinger.
hey, how you doing?"
My name's on the bike.
Other
People say,
folks
"Hey,
will
Goldfinger."
come
Yeah.
up and they'll just say, "I want to shake. Oops, I just want to shake your hand
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
get a picture with you."
It's cool.
Everybody wants a picture with Baby May, not so much
Of
with
course, not
me.
so much for you. Yeah, Baby May. Of course.
And they put it on their Facebook
We're going to
profile,
talk about
and
her in a minute
it's
too.
complicated.
She's hilarious. She does a lot of shorts in shorts. She always gets these girls in shorts
Yeah,
on her
yeah,
shorts.
yeah.
And you got all these pretty girls on shorts. Nothing much is said.
No, it doesn't need to be.
She to me, and she gets all these comments and views. She's a kick. She's a kick. She knows exactly how to.
Yeah, exactly. A little hippie chick.
Oh my God,
She's a
she is
total free
hilarious.
spirit.
She's such a
And
sweetheart
it's
too.
just so funny. And
And
I did
she's
a
over
video with her
20,000.
one time. I did a video with her one time, and she comes rolling out of the bedroom, and she's wearing high heels and nylons and shorts.
Now keep it clean.
I didn't say anything
All
was
right.
gonna clean,
I know she
but
wears nylons and
that
heels.
was just her outfit. And I had this guy comment. He goes, "I've watched this video 3 times and I haven't heard a word you said."
Yeah, I know. She's
But she
cute.
just surprises me every day, and that's what's really so cool.
Let's
It's just a
see.
lot of
We got
fun.
Bryant Grumpy Dude. He said morning. That was
Hey,
a few
Grumpy,
minutes
what's
ago.
up, man?
Great. Liza. Okay, we're gonna move down a little bit because I'm sorry, I haven't been scrolling. Hi from Queens, New York. Here, Paul. He's
What's
asking you a
that? Where
question.
are we at?
My mouse
I'm
is right.
sorry, I'm looking over at the screen so you
Yeah,
can't see
see the
me.
mouse?
I
See
see the
I'm
mouse.
moving it?
Okay. Hi from Queens, New York. Uh, you know what happened to Jerry? Is he okay? He has so many problems and he's I
Don't forget to talk in the mic now.
and hasn't made a video in a while.
Jerry who?
Jerry used to be my neighbor,
Oh,
and
okay.
Jerry unfortunately had a very severe stroke.
Oh my. Okay.
And I mean, he lost um, his wife Nelma. Yeah, they used to live at Big Rock with me.
Okay, that was a while
Really
ago.
super cool guy and
Okay.
a nice couple.
Uh-huh.
And he we moved out, and then later on in life, he had a stroke, and he was walking around. He still walks around, and his wife, talk about strain and stress, man,
Oh, really?
because he'll say, "Where are we?" And she'll say, "What's that? What is that?" And she'll go, "Honey, it's a hospital." Oh yeah, hospital. So he's got that kind of memory loss.
But it comes back with time.
I don't. I
Your
hope
brain
so.
rewires. I went through a very bad accident. I had a piece of steel went in my head, and didn't remember. I didn't remember I was married.
Mm.
I didn't remember I had kids. I didn't remember the names. I didn't remember I lived in Las Vegas. I was pretty bad. I was in Florida hospital. It was a very bad
I think
accident.
you're getting that mixed up with one of your defense cases.
Yeah. In any case,
You're not.
you do rewire. You do rewire, and I started
Well,
things coming back, but it took a year.
well,
Yeah, it takes a long
well, he's
time. It's
been
very
he's
slow.
been down for the count for a couple of years, and
Yeah, it's bad. Probably because of loss of
uh,
oxygen
I've seen
in
a
the brain.
lot of guys here go through strokes,
Yes.
and it's way too many. There's
Well, it's
another
hot.
gentleman. I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember his name, but one day I was talking to him like I'm talking to you, and the next
Don't
day
jinx me.
he didn't know who I was.
Don't jinx me now, Paul. I need to lose some weight. Don't you be jinxing me.
Yeah,
I just went on live, our first live, and
come
now
on.
he's gone.
You're not fat. You're fluffy.
I'm fluffy. Yeah, right. Okay. Um, okay, so John says did a great job of the house. The audio and mics are great. Thank you.
Cool.
Uh,
108 people are watching you.
are you really? Well,
Well, we need some
134. I
thumbs
got
up.
134. Where do you see 108?
I see. Okay, I'm reading over here. You told me to read over there.
Oh,
I'm just doing what I'm told. For
oh,
crying out
well,
loud.
you know this better than me.
Oh, come on.
I see. 100. Well, since I haven't been scrolling. He said 108, but shoot, I haven't been scrolling. Um, thanks for the ebook revision. Yes, you're welcome. Uh, again, a question from
Okay,
Alan.
Paul, I watched you for 6 months before my trip to the Philippines. I met more than 3 people in the Philippines that had a conversation about your channel while in the Philippines. Well,
Well, you're well
I
known.
hope it was a nice
Yeah,
conversation.
they talked about Baby May.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We got Bryant. Learn to use your time wisely, like TV game shows, and book 2 to 3 interviews in one day. Yeah, doing live requires editing, but there's actually no editing in a live. I don't edit lives. You'll find the last live I have has 3-4 minutes of me nowhere in sight before I
That's
realized
part of the whole life.
it was. The one guy says that I don't think he's on yet. I think a Mike. It was a Mike. I don't remember his last name, but he's going to come on, I'm sure. He started talking about his 8-inch you know what,
Mhm.
and he's a black man with he just started going off. He says, I wonder if Goldfinger will ever realize he left the mic on. And then they said this might be the longest live. It'll still be live by the morning because I left the room.
Yeah.
I literally left. I went to go get something to drink and use the CR. I come back, the thing says, do you want to end? Yeah, I want to end. That's why I hit end. Oh my god.
Let's see where we are here.
Anyway, Don. Okay, it's moving right along. Shoot.
Paul, thanks for the Dulce answer. Could you please rank Dulce Vita, Big Rock, and that other one, I forget name, location, not important. Priorities, management, and noise level.
Mhm.
Well, noise level, you're never going to get away from. They're both about equal there. And Big Rock, I would rank Dulce Vita above Big Rock just because of ingress and
Oh, definitely.
egress.
Doesn't
The
mean it's
big,
nice.
well, I'm not talking about the apartment so much, which is true.
You're talking about the
I'm
restaurant.
talking about the road in.
Oh, the road in better. Okay.
Brutal.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely freaking brutal. We dropped our bikes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I
Yeah,
won't
it
go on
would
that road.
collect mud,
Rocks, dirt rocks?
dirt
No. No,
rocks,
I'm not doing it.
and we put the bike down twice. And we get to these
That's not worth it.
holes in the road,
Yeah, they're
and then baby would jump off the back of the bike because we had groceries, and I would have to
this is in
motor us
Big
through
Rock?
it. Yeah,
Oh, no, this is not that's not
yeah,
good.
yeah. It
You
was
know what? I
awful.
do remember that. I do remember talking about the problems, and somebody else said they had problems where they bottomed out a lot, and especially when it rained, it was
Oh,
bad.
awful,
They had big,
awful,
big puddles, and you don't know how deep they are.
awful. But going up to Dulce Vita is all concrete.
That's
That's
beautiful.
huge to
So they
me.
haven't improved the
And
road
they've
to be,
got electric gate. Well, both have electric gates.
but
They
Red
both have
Rock,
pools. The apartments themselves are great. The managers of both places, the owners rather, are great.
I heard Red Rock
Um,
management was a
Big Rock.
little off sometimes. No. What about uh have they paved it yet? Why don't they pave Red Rock?
They actually, it's Big Rock, not Red Rock.
I'm sorry, Big
You're
Rock.
thinking
Big Rock
Vegas.
in Red Rock. Yeah. Why haven't they paved it?
I think it's because the neighbors won't let them. They're going over other people's roads, and so
Oh,
they want a toll tax.
I got
You see what
it.
I'm
I got
saying?
it.
The
A
minute you
toll tax.
improve, you're improving somebody else's property, they see it's benefiting you,
Oh God.
and then they put up a toll road in front
Well,
of their house.
so we have our problem here.
Yeah.
Get ready for timeouts.
Okay, what happened?
Mike Williams is on.
It was Mike Williams.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Start reading comments. What do people do there when typhoons come through? Do they have shelters people to go to? Smaller? Well, we don't really have typhoons that come through
We had
Dumaguete.
one. We had
Did we?
Odette. Were you here for Odette?
No.
Okay, Odette was on December 15th. I don't know how many years ago,
No.
and it hit us directly.
Did it?
Yeah. And we were out, and
I'd
once it
freak
hit
out.
us,
I would freak out.
all whole bunch of trees fell down. 3 trees fell down at my house. Now, one of them hit the house. No one died in Dumaguete.
That's good.
It was a once in 100 year event, and Cebu got hammered by Odette.
Oh yeah, Cebu
Bais got
and Manila.
brutalized.
Manila always gets
Manila,
them. Gets them all the time.
just those poor people. Dumaguete actually took a direct hit, and old Dumaguete withstood the pressure. Me and Bud Brown went out the next day. No, we had to wait 24 hours because we couldn't get through the roads. There were trees down,
Yeah.
and there's this river below where I live. It
Okay.
was flooding over the bridge,
Oh wow.
so there was just no
Over the bridge.
crossing it. And
There's
I
no.
think I had to wait almost 2 days to get from my house down to Dumaguete for the water to go down and
And so
yada
you
yada,
felt
and the
safe to
trees to
cross.
get cleared.
Yeah.
And
It didn't take out the
me and
bridge.
Bud went
Oh,
down, not together, but he went and drove around, and I went and drove around. And I thought, oh man, the boulevard's going to be decimated. You know, the honeycomb and everything that's down there is just going to be flattened. It was like nothing happened.
nothing happened.
It
Well,
was just like it
they
had
do
a
have a
nice
tall
washing,
wall. They do
huh?
have a tall wall there
It's the shape of
unresolved
the
of the
coastline,
cove. Okay.
and that seems to be the currents and all that other hoo
And they
ha.
have like about a 6 foot wall.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they don't have beach
yeah,
unresolved. There's no beach. It's just a six
yeah.
foot drop.
That was a big disappointment when I got here.
Was
There's
that it?
no beach. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was
was
like,
like, oh
"Where's the
man,
beach? There's no frickin' beach
it's
in
a friggin'
Dumaguete."
island. What the hell's going on
I
here?
don't know.
Uh,
They took away the beach. They made a wall and a walkway. That's what they did. Speaking of Bud,
but
how do I get Bud on here? You got to talk to Bud for me. I'd love to have him on.
okay, I'll ask him.
I met him like the day before he left for San
He might
Diego.
be watching right now. He's
Well,
over at
hello, Bud.
Mike's. He's
Yeah,
over at Mike's.
is he? I'd like to get because I've never really got a chance. We had breakfast at Gabby's
Oh yeah,
a couple of times
yeah,
near
yeah.
the Ace. That's the Ace Hospital,
Right, right,
and that's where his hangout was.
right,
And a
right,
couple
right.
times I met with him and talked. He's a nice guy,
Super.
but I didn't really get long conversations with
Right.
him. I think he was friends with Gary, and I met Gary. I don't know Gary Alcredio, something like that. I just met him the other day, so I'm sure he's going to get back together with Gary because Gary used to meet up with them
Mm,
a lot uh, at the Gabby's.
mm,
Anyway, I'd love to have Bud on here, so give him a talk when you see him.
okay.
I don't have his number or way to reach him.
Right.
I don't think. Maybe I do. I'm not sure. I can't remember anything anymore. I'm getting old. Give me a break. All right, here we go. We're gonna skip. I watched a 2 hour test you made this morning, Goldfinger. Yeah, that was actually my last night.
Oh, here's a question. What do people do then when the typhoons come through? do they have shelters people go to in the smaller towns? They have a shelter here. They up in Valencia. They have a um, gymnasium,
Oh, okay,
and
they
you
do?
can get
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know that.
and they have various
News to me.
gymnasiums throughout Dumaguete, but nobody went to them. Everybody just stayed home.
They have a
And
question.
the biggest damage that was done to people around here, when I say here, up where I live, Valencia down here, were the folks that God love them living with the tin roofs.
Oh,
You'd see the tin roofs flying through the air,
they'd be
and
noisy too,
yeah,
uh,
and so
and dangerous.
and sometimes their houses got knocked down because they were just particle board,
Yeah,
and
they don't build them.
it was just like temporary shelters that
It's
they built,
plywood
but no
junk.
one died. Was the good
That
thing.
was the
No
good
one
thing.
got really hurt, to my knowledge. But we went 13 days without electricity. Hey, like
How
them
many days?
apples. 13.
Oh no, no, no.
Oh yes.
Time for a generator.
Oh yes.
Of course, if you don't have gas, they don't able to pump, are they?
Correct.
So generator will only
Gas
do you
stations
good.
won't work because there's no
So you
electricity.
have to go out of town to get gas to run a
We
generator.
just pumped it out, man.
13 days.
13 days,
So
baby.
everything in your refrigerator and freezer you have to eat
Toast.
and use up or throw away.
Oh yeah.
And then basically, what about food? Was there food available? Was there?
There
I'm
really
sure there was
was.
water and food.
Yeah, because people out here, you say it's backwards and it's primitive. Sometimes backwards and primitive comes in pretty freaking handy
Well, yeah,
when you're building. You know how to cook over a fire,
yeah. You
or you
use
know how
wood
to
stove or
use
stuff like that.
a wood stove
Yeah.
or a barbecue. Now you put that in New York City, we're going to have us a trouble.
Well, yeah, we're
But
gonna have a
out
lot of
here,
fires and
we could
problems.
walk down the street and the little lady that sells the soup on the sidewalk was open for business.
Just using wood and sticks and
Mm,
stuff to keep in. They're cooking a
yep,
little chicken
yep, yep,
on a
yep,
little stick, a
yep,
bamboo stick, and stuff like that.
yep.
Well, I know I won't starve. I got reserve right here. See, this is an emergency reserve. I've worked very hard to build this up, this emergency reserve. So if anything happens, I just need water. Sad. Okay. I started walking on
What's on
resolve.
your diet? I thought you
Yeah,
were on
fine.
the thing with Jason and
Oh,
doing all
you
that
brought
kind of
over
stuff.
bagels and cream cheese. That's what's happened.
I just brought up a bagels
Okay,
because
I
I
bought the
wouldn't eat
cream
them.
cheese.
They're not on my diet, so I gave them to you. I pawned them off on you.
That's all the bagels you had?
Yeah, well, I don't need them. I don't eat them. I don't eat bread.
So you stuffed me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if I have a stroke or a heart attack, I could blame you.
please.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
I would take pride in
Well, they were good bagels. I got to tell you, they didn't last very long.
that.
We don't get bagels here too often. Let's see. Let's move. Here's a question. Oscar, Mike, Paul. Thanks for comprehensive answers. Can you now compare?
Paul, did you ever run into that guy
Oh, I was going to skip that
who
one.
approached you waving his fat finger in the supermarket while you were sitting down on the bench? No. Thank goodness I never encountered that guy again. I
They want to know what part of the San Fernando Valley we both lived in,
lived in Northridge.
and I was in Chatsworth. You know how close that is?
Yeah, it's right around
Right,
it's
it's right
next
next
door.
door. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know you though. I didn't know you lived. I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
you
you
at
either.
that. I only, of course, we went to the same high school, but I didn't know you in high school.
I didn't hear you.
I met you at Keys.
You
Uh,
say you did. I don't have any
you don't remember?
recollection of
I
it.
remember you. You were the
I was the
closer trying to
finance
sell me
guy.
gap insurance.
No, that was the finance guy. Yeah.
I do remember you because when I saw you on
Yeah.
YouTube back in 2019, I go, I know that guy, but I can't think of where it is.
Yeah.
And then you said something about Chatsworth High. I'm going, was it Chatsworth High? I says, no. It took me a while to figure it out, but I remember
Yeah.
you from Keys
Small
Motors.
world, huh?
It is, and that's in Van Nuys, and that's right. You were
I
working
lived
there.
in well, I lived all over the place. When I was in the valley,
Mm,
when I was in my 20s,
yeah,
I must have always had a roommate. And I used to just crash with people.
I grew up in Canoga
Or I'd
Park.
meet a girl and she had an apartment, I'd just move in with her if we were boyfriend and girlfriend. That kind of stuff. It was fun.
Hippie
I lived
days.
in that. Yeah, hippie life, man.
Yeah,
It was. It really
they
was.
used to have a lot of people in a house down the way from me, like 20, 25 hippies in this house. My parents were having freaks over it. I used to wander over there and sit with them. They're smoking stuff. I'm not smoking stuff, but they were just interesting to watch.
Yeah.
They're free spirits. They what they wore, the flowers, the girls, and I was mesmerized by this hippie movement, and
Hmm.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
But I was too young.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
actually too young
yeah.
too. I
It's
remember Jimi Hendrix was
oh
playing
yeah.
at Devonshire Downs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I was only like 11 or 12 years old, so I couldn't go.
Yeah. I went to
Yeah,
Devonshire Downs for a music festival, but I don't remember who was there to be honest with you.
right,
It was rock and roll.
right.
Rock and roll was big back then.
The best music came out of that
I
era.
know.
Just
Live.
the best.
We had
You can't
it'll
duplicate it
come to me
now.
in a minute, but I don't remember the names anymore. Uh,
Let's see what else
anyway,
we got.
that's the Brian says my neighbor has a chicken farm up the mountain from me, but he stores his roosters in the backyard of the maid's house across the drive from my front door. But it's quieter here than in Dumagetti. Well, if you say so.
I feel your pain.
Luckily, I don't have roosters next. In fact, I have empty fields next to me on both sides.
Oh, what happened to Scotty Boy? Scotty Boy, I think he's in Cebu. He was in Angeles, then he fell in love with Angeles, then he stopped loving Angeles, and then I think he went to Cebu. He's been traveling around, but I haven't seen him online for about a while. He hasn't done a video for about
No,
10 days.
Scotty Boy.
Scotty Boy,
The name's from. Oh, I know Scotty Boy's.
yeah, it's regular guy.
Regular guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
another cool guy, different guy. He's a
you
good
guys got to
guy
come up
because
with
he's
better
so
than Stan and
different.
Ollie.
He's totally different. Scotty. Like he'll just get up and leave. You'll be talking to him, and he'll just get up and walk away.
Is he mad at you, or
No,
that's just
that's
his
the
attitude?
thing.
It's
Is
just
like he kind of warns you that he's got some form of like ADHD or something like that, and so he just all of a sudden he'll get a text like you've got to pay your rent or
it's weird
this is
because he
that.
does a third person interview.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he talks in the third person about himself and the
yeah.
things, and it's very different. It is
I love
interesting.
watching it
It's
because
interesting.
it is
It
interesting.
is, yeah.
It really is.
So
He's very creative.
yeah, that
And he does these stick things,
yeah,
and he's the king of clickbait. And it's
yeah.
just I love it. You know, he's harmless, but at the same time he's very intelligent. But at the same time, he is a true loner. Who at the age of 20? Let me ask you this: who at the age of 20 goes to South Korea to teach English?
Yeah, that's pretty young,
That's him.
really.
That's him, dude.
Actually, he comes over here, but he's not retired. No, he runs back and forth.
Yeah, these guys, some of these guys that are young like that are doing social media, I'm kind of concerned about their future when they hit our age, what they're going to do. But
Anything you can
not my
add with
problem.
the okay top Keith? Anything you can add with your latest interview with Daryl? Daryl was did a video with me, and he hasn't put it
Where are
up
you
yet.
reading this?
You see my little finger there? I'm
It's
giving you the
Lang.
finger right
I
there.
think that's a fake account.
Well,
She wouldn't say something like that.
anyway. Anything you can add with your latest about interview with Daryl? That's tops
Oh,
Keith.
that was the interview I just did. I released that last night.
Oh, you did an interview with him too?
Yeah, thanks for not watching my channel.
I don't.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, I'm going to unsubscribe from you too, you prick.
You don't have to
Yeah,
watch
I'm not
mine.
even going to watch this, and I'm on it. In fact, I
Be
recommend
nice.
everybody tune out now.
Am I allowed to say shitty? Because I just said it. I had a
Of
shitty
course
morning.
you are.
I had a really shitty morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Einstein
I was
pooped on the
doing fine
kitchen.
till I got here, and then
Einstein
everything went to hell.
Einstein pooped on the kitchen on the floor mat, and I
Yeah.
stepped in it.
No one cares.
First, no,
No one cares.
it
Let's
sucks.
get back to the goddamn
All right.
questions.
Anyway,
Anything you can
um,
add about your latest interview with Daryl? I found from the comments about Makati and BGC that apparently BGC is the place to be.
I heard it's
And
cool.
it's way nice. It's way less expensive than I ever imagined it would be.
Really.
And I had a very nice man who I won't name his name, who offered his Airbnb to myself and my wifey.
Very nice.
And he's got it available like certain dates in December.
Is it a condo or is it a?
Yeah,
Okay. They have
yeah,
nice condos there. You know
yeah.
what the prices are? Because I don't. I've been
Um,
very curious about
I'll
that.
tell you what, since I don't, since Daryl really knows a lot more about it than I do,
Okay.
they're actually a condo there is cheaper than an apartment here.
I've heard that.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And they're nice. They're very modern.
Very nice. The problem I would have with high-rise living, I always have, is I don't like anything without a balcony. I
Okay.
have to be able to go outside.
Don't some of them
I
have small
have to. Yeah,
balconies? Yeah.
yeah, that's the whole key.
Oh,
So number one, I'm not claustrophobic or anything, but I just like fresh air. I like to walk outside. I like to have my coffee. I like to hear the traffic. I like to hear
See, I would
feel
go
the air on my
downstairs to the
face.
pool area, and I would just sit out at the deck, watch the girls, and drink my coffee. Okay.
Okay, well, I like my quiet time outside.
Yeah, you want quiet time. Yeah, I don't need quiet time. I get quiet time when I
We're
sleep.
not talking about you. We're talking about
We're
me. So
talking
shut
about
the
me.
fuck up.
But I would like condo life if it's clean, neat, and it's inexpensive
No,
because
condo
there's a
is
lot of amenities. You have a gym, you have a pool, you have a restaurant on site. I don't
some
need to go anywhere,
cases.
and then you could have people deliver, and they bring it up. They'll
Yeah.
deliver it right to your apartment.
Yeah.
I hate
The
carrying
takeaway that I
groceries.
got from living over there was that you don't need to own anything like a car or a motorcycle.
Yeah,
It's a soft, soft landing for someone used to a Western lifestyle. And you know what? Let's face it, or I'll face it, as I get older, the only thing that's really important to me is that I'm physically comfortable. I don't need any thrills and chills anymore. I've been there and done that. My idea of a good time is to self medicate.
I like the
So
pool. I like swimming, so I like a pool, and I like pretty girls. What can I say? I just do. So the pool area is my favorite. Noticer of things is asking me about precious metals. Well, gold's up.
I
Uh,
still love Old Dog and trying to let Goldfinger grow on me.
where is this? Where? Grow on me like a fungus. Where do you see this? You're looking at the bottom. Oh yeah, you are. You skipped all the way down.
Yeah, Goldfinger's kind of like acquiring a bad habit.
Let's see. Here he is. Paul can help Goldfinger and with his gut problems. They could do a flush or stream. Oh, here we go. You're looking for timeout again, Mike.
Oh,
Okay.
Mike, what's up with Mike?
Yeah,
All can
he's
help Goldfinger with
likes to
his
talk
gut
shit.
problems. They could do a flush on
Don't
stream
even
for
read it.
educational
He
purposes.
was talking about
Is this the guy that you think
colonoscopies.
this is the guy that's writing you the letters?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said he wanted to write me a letter. He was going to send me a letter.
Yeah.
I said don't. And then he started talking about colonoscopies last night. I'm going,
Yeah.
no. And then he started talking about other things. He's
Uh,
he's close to timeout already. Uh, Tommy Boy from Manila Airport coming back to Dumaguete today. Well, Mr. Foreigner Friendly Services, hello, welcome back. Let's go. I liked. Okay, you're asking me about Thailand. Paul was in Thailand as well. We met up in Thailand. I really liked Thailand. How about you, Paul? I really liked it. The food is phenomenal.
yeah, I like that.
Thailand's very clean. It's
Don't want to go there now.
no, why?
Well-known factoid that I don't talk about much, or anybody else does, it seems, is the seasons in Thailand. Now, here in the Philippines, we're moving into summer where it's hot.
Yes,
Right. So it's going to go up, what, 5 degrees, 10 degrees,
it's hot
something
already.
like that. I
Yes,
mean, it's cooler up where I live, but that's here.
definitely. Valencia's cooler.
That's.
Valencia is going to grow quite a bit, by the way.
But we were on the floor of Dumaguete, and it was a good 10 degrees colder than where, I mean, hotter than where I live.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
being said, it's getting hot.
Right.
Now, you take that heat that we're feeling
Yeah.
and you go to Thailand now, which is known as low season because of the weather. It is take Dumaguete, multiply it times 10,
Really?
and add in humidity. I've been there during low season, summer,
Oh,
and I walked outside of my hotel and my shirt was drenched in sweat
see,
within 30 seconds,
I was there.
and I
I
couldn't breathe.
wasn't there during this time of the year. I
It's
had
like walking
left in
into a
January.
wall.
Yeah, I was there for 6 months, but I left in January. So
Oh, January
first
is
week
one
of
of the
January.
primo months,
Yeah.
man.
So I think I left January
December,
11th.
January,
That's what.
February, March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's April that it starts to get funky, and then June, July, forget about it. Forget about it.
Thank you, Alvin. Says I have a Janet. Thank you very much, Alan. Um, I don't know. Let's see. BGC $500 to $700. So we're talking. A Ranger Collectors is talking about BGC $500 to $700 for a 2 bedroom, and it's 75 to 105 meters furnished. Away, uh, they're very nice. Stay away from the 50 to 65 meter condos. Are too small, probably.
Way
Yep.
too low.
Yeah, that's too low.
Way
So
too low.
that's $500 to $700, and I'm sure these being in USD.
He was
So
telling me, what was he? Daryl was telling me that there was a penthouse for like 850 bucks.
Yeah, penthouse for
Come
850
on.
bucks.
Look, you know what's going on over there
Oh,
is
of
they
course.
threw out 220,000 Chinese of the Philippines.
Oh, because of that one
Hogo.
lady? Yeah.
Hogo. It's supposed to be like an offshore or offline gambling
Okay.
operation.
All right.
And the Chinese were obviously not doing it. They were doing it illegally. And they were also
Oh,
opening up,
really?
what would you call it? Houses of ill repute with possible people being held against their will,
Oh, really?
women.
And were they
And
being in the condos? Were they
no,
using
no, 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 no,
this
no.
was
These
different?
dudes were living the high life in these condos,
Okay.
okay, penthouses and
Okay,
all
yeah.
that.
They have money
All
usually.
right. They
Chinese do
got
have
big
money.
money
Yeah.
and they're running these illegal operations, which the Philippines got wind of and they blew them out. Well, the majority of the expats that were living in Manila, we'll
Mm-hmm.
call it, were Chinese. They were the biggest percentage.
Okay.
And boom, they throw all these people out. And what happens? You get a big vacancy rate. Not to mention, they're still building
Oh man,
more high
that's the place to
rises
go
and
right now then.
condos.
That's the place to
And then
go.
what's the old formula? Supply and demand, right?
You wonder if you could.
So buying a condo there is still a bad deal
Okay.
because they're not coming off the price,
Okay.
but they're having to come off the rents because some of these people still have mortgages there
Right.
and they're just trying to break even or only lose $100 than the whole nut. So the prices, the rents are going down due to the good old fashioned supply and demand.
Very good.
Yeah. So it's a
Opportunity.
great time. And what Daryl was saying, if you do find a place that you like, you can cut a deal where you agree to a 1 year lease.
Yeah.
You can really save
I
some
wonder if they
dough.
do longer than a year lease because that's the kicker.
I imagine anything that your little imagination will come up with.
Because I'd love
Just
to have
depends
three
on two
years there.
people having a meeting of the minds,
Yeah.
you know?
If you get a condo there and you get 3 year lease, you can have your friends use it. They can possibly kick in, like, you ask them for a little bit of money cheap to cover it,
Yeah.
and you can go there too. Because I've never been to BGC. I'd like
I
to
haven't
see it.
either. But the gentleman that invited me and I to stay for free is not staying at his place.
Gotcha.
He has a place.
He has a
He
place.
has another place that he uses as an Airbnb,
Uh
and
huh.
it's been booked. It's always booked. He
It's
doesn't
always booked.
have the problem of vacancies. He's got a real good reputation.
Sounds like
But he says,
an
I've got these
opportunity.
areas blocked out for friends and family, and so you guys are welcome to stay there.
Well, it's sounds like a big opportunity. That's all I can say. Thank you for your time and services helping expats. You're welcome. Sorry, I don't know your name because it's just foreigner friendly services. I don't know.
Paul, old dog, I watch a YouTuber named Brian the Lion. He is out of BGC. Would be a great guy to link up with. I really like his channel. That I know talking about YouTube is boring as hell, but I really like that guy's channel. I think he does a great job.
The next one's for you too.
Okay, Paul, thanks for the comprehensive answers. Can you now compare them to Marpos, noise and management? Marpos is below on my list. It's um, it's been there forever. I feel it's outdated and overpriced. That's what I'm going to say about
Ranger, you're
that.
welcome for the ebook. We're down to Allen now. It's moving to Davao in 3 to 6 months. Would love to meet you both at some point. Well, I don't travel much. I've never been to Davao myself. Have you
Yeah,
been? No.
no,
Philippines.
I heard it was real strict.
Philippines is a really spread out country. It's not easy to get from one place to another because
No
it's
shit.
islands. Okay, I mean, it's not like the states where you can just go across the state and
No,
drive a
there's
car.
such
It's a
drive.
pain in the butt to take
It's
a
a
car
lot
on
of
ferries. Yeah,
it's a bunch
it's
of water between each
even though it's
place.
not
Yeah.
that big, it's a whole 7,000 plus islands here. It's not easy to get
How
around
many
here.
islands are inhabited? Do you know?
I don't know.
That'd be an interesting thing to
Some
ask
islands,
your little
come
chat GPT thing.
islands appear and disappear based on the tide too. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh, I
So
knew that
I,
the
I know
little
you
ones
know
do.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you have islands that show up at certain times of the year,
Right.
or even certain days, and then they disappear. So they're not inhabited at all. Um, let's see. Davos suffered during last
Longer the lease,
7.0.
better the deal. Perfect time to lease. Penthouse is a very good deal. Now it's $750 to $1,000 long-term leases available.
That sounds
I mean
great.
to tell you, man, that's a
BGC. Maybe we get a place up there. You and I. and either rent it out or share. Because I've never been to. I'd like to go to BGC, but I would want to. I would want to rent. I'll look into renting a place for a month or
I don't
something.
want to do
No, you know.
I don't want to work.
Well, that's part of the thing. Reason to have a
I mean,
condo
it's
because
the
you don't
idea
really
of
work.
having anything. Yes, you do. You
Well,
got
you're
to deal
building a
with
house.
people.
What do you think's going to happen when you have a
You
house you
know,
own?
no, what was supposed to happen? I'm not
When
going
you
to rent
said
it out.
work, are you talking about
I'm not going
working
to go
on?
there and nail it myself. I'm going to,
Yeah, there's upkeep, there's repairs.
yeah, that's why they have handymen. You think I'm going to get out there?
Okay,
I'm 71 years old, bro.
you know you're not. You're 70.
Oh, that's right. I am 70. See,
Yes,
I've already aged myself.
losing
Yeah,
your mind
yeah.
already.
Good Lord. The next step would be carbon dating.
I don't know how this thing's supposed to work. I just got myself full of water. Thank you.
What did I tell you about that when I walked in?
I said I don't use those
I
things.
don't use those things. They
That
spill
damn
them
thing
all
just
over me.
spilled water all
And
over
then
me.
what did you
What the
do?
hell? I
And
just
you made
did.
this big
I
sales
just put.
pitch about how great it is.
Oh my
And now
God!
you
Can you
just
open it? Okay,
now you
there we
just
go.
poured yourself. Okay,
That's
good
okay. Now
job.
I'll just take it as a coffee cup.
Never
We'll be
listen to
fine.
me. You've never taken one piece of my advice ever.
No, no.
I told you about the first apartment you moved in, the whole enchilada. We won't reveal it.
Ranger says,
I'm gonna have my
longer the
coffee.
lease, the better the deal. True,
True?
true. 750 to 1,000 long leases available. Yeah. Um, and it's USD. So I mean that's cheap in compared to where I came from, Las Vegas or even Los Angeles. It's really cheap.
You know what's so cool is that you go downstairs and like I said earlier, you don't need a car, a bike, or anything. You can take a grab or a taxi. Those are very affordable.
Oh
But
yeah.
just go around the corner
Well, they
and
don't have
have your
tax. Why don't they
breakfast.
have taxis here? What's the problem with them? And they don't have. I hate these petty carts.
Yeah, there's
And I'm getting too old
way
for a
too
bike.
many.
The bike's too heavy for me.
Zuma's way behind as far
You
as
notice that?
infrastructure, streets.
Yeah.
They spend all their money, in my mind, on festivals and carnivals and all these things to kind of pacify the masses when they should be fixing potholes. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
how
there's
they
some rough
spend their
roads.
money.
There's some problems. I don't get it. I don't
I
know.
don't need it. I don't
Brian
need it.
says there's 2,000 inhabited islands. Okay, we'll take your word for it, Brian. Um, what's your favorite? What's your number one favorite about living in Duma and the number one pet peeve?
I would say the pet peeve we just mentioned
Yeah, the
was the
infrastructure,
transportation options.
electrical problems. Some of that's growing pains because they're building the airport out
Yeah, that'll be
in
done in 20 years.
yeah, it's slow. But they keep shutting down our power to bring up the power lines
Yeah.
from Valencia, from the thermal, and, and that's kind of being a pain
I
lately.
did buy a generator, by the way.
I know you did, yeah. But of course, the power goes out. You better have some gas on. Did you find a gas tank?
I sure did.
You did? Did you
Nope.
buy two or one?
About one big one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. But you have to add something to the gas to keep the octane up. There's a I don't know if they sell it here or not, but there's an additive that keeps the octane lasting longer. Otherwise, it evaporates. Did you
Good
know
to
that?
know.
Yeah.
No.
Go when you go back to the hardware store, get a
I
octane
go to
booster
the
or a,
store. Baby May sniffed one out in Valencia. We only had to wait 5 minutes.
oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. We're gonna go to.
What's next?
It's easy to get from Davao to Cebu, 50-minute flight. Uh,
Oh, sound is not good. This guy, Dave
where
Berto.
were you saying
Berto
sounds not good? Well, maybe we moved away
Triprusta.
from the microphone.
Maybe it could be.
Keep in the microphone there, Paul. Uh, Okay, yeah. Let's see. Forgot your age. Look out, May.
Look out,
Oh
man.
God. You see anything? Penthouse. Share and share alike. I'm with you, man. Let's get a penthouse. You said $850. That's doable. Oh, we were supposed to talk. Oh, we were supposed to talk about when we're going to be doing our lives.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm available pretty much. You like 10 you like this
Look
morning,
through
right?
the end of the year.
So maybe, again this month.
Yeah, sure. You say we wing it.
That's not well, I can make an announcement.
Yeah. Well, we can
You
agree,
don't want to pick a day.
of course not.
Of course not.
Then it feels like I got a job. It's like I got to show up
Okay,
somewhere
so
and
it's
I got to
catch as
be
catch
there.
can, guys.
What if I don't feel like doing it that day? You know?
Well, that's true. You could wake up and,
I am
well, what
retired.
if I make an announcement and you don't tell me, you don't feel good?
Well, that's all
Then I gotta make
falls
a new
on you.
announcement.
No, I wouldn't stiff you. I mean, if we agree to get together, you see how this goes and see if anybody enjoys it or not, and that's it.
Well, that's good. Well, you'll have to let us know, give us feedback if you like it.
The best thing
Um,
is if somebody can ask you a question,
yeah, ask away,
and
guys. I'm not getting too many questions. Taxis, I assume have weird concept. Taxi can go downtown in Tagalabon, but can't stay there. You can't get a taxi out.
they have the same thing here with the
Yeah,
trikes. The trikes can only go so far
yeah. Some
because they're
won't go to
numbered.
Valencia. Did you know that?
Yeah, there's four numbers and what is it? I can't remember which order. I want to say the Dumaguete trikes have four numbers and the Valencia trikes have three, and they're only allowed to go so far,
I know. I
and they
saw that.
can't cross the line. If they do, they get in big trouble.
Uh, uh. So, W, I have in my ebook a couple, two or three guys that have tucks that do like cab service. They're on call. So you'd always call one of the guys. One's Sonny, and the other one is Lorenzo. And I think I have a third now too. Um, Manny says, so as someone who has worked EMS my entire life, and I will tell you, this being near to good hospital is priceless. Well, what do you think of the hospitals here? I don't find them being as bad.
I
Do
think
you?
there's subpar.
Subpar to what?
Well, you look at the equipment.
Subpar to the U.S. or subpar
Some
to
part to parts of the
Cebu?
Philippines. Yeah, yeah,
Subpar to
yes,
Cebu. But how
yeah,
about in comparison here to the U.S. hospitals? Let's take Las Vegas. So we both spent time in Las Vegas.
yeah.
Um, I find the problem with hospitals in Las Vegas is you need an appointment, and it could be months away.
Well,
And
if you're looking at, there's two things. You're looking at for convenience,
hmm
we win.
yeah,
If you're looking for competence, Vegas wins.
yeah,
America wins.
yeah, they do have high tech equipment.
I mean, come on.
Now, if you want overall the best I've ever seen,
Uh-huh.
Thailand.
All day,
Man, Thailand's got the best
all day,
hospitals and medical. Oh
all
my
better
God,
than America, I think.
way better than anywhere I've ever
I
been.
really do.
I've
I
been
agree
to.
with you though. With the, it's a pain in the nuts to try to just get into a doctor. And if you have, let's say, a kidney problem,
Uh,
well, you've got to see your first. You got to see your primary, and then you got to wait, and then you got to make an appointment. It could be 3 months before you get into an actual
Plus, if you have
specialist.
insurance, then there's there's ones that are in the insurance plan, there's ones that are out of the insurance plans,
Exactly.
and you got all these other garbage things, or
Right.
even veterans. The Veterans Hospital in the U.S. is definitely better than the Veterans Hospital in Manila. I will
I
tell
would
you that.
believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you have a life-threatening situation or a major thing, you can't hop on a plane and spend 20 plus hours to get back to the U.S.
No, but
So
you
you're
got
gonna
to
have to
take
deal with
three
it.
hours to Thailand.
You can go to Thailand, depending on what the situation is.
If you had a heart attack, if I had a heart attack right
hmm
now, I wouldn't survive it.
Why do you say that?
Because how long do you think it would take to get me to a hospital?
Well, we'll put you in an e-cart.
Okay, you drive me to the hospital. What if there's no cardiac surgeon there?
It's interesting you say that because I went there for ingrown toenail.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all I went there. Ingrown toenail. Carolyn says you can't get it. It's a simple ingrown toenail. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go to emergency, my insurance covers it 100%. Great.
Forget
So
insurance. Forget insurance for a minute. Let's
but
just
I'm even talking. I'll get to that.
okay.
So I go to the front. They said, okay, you got to go around the outside for emergency. Okay. So they said, go to this desk over here. I go to this desk, and after 15 minutes, somebody finds it. Oh, you got to go to what is it?
Triage, right?
Well, you have to go to where they said so it's like incoming, but they don't call it incoming. So I waited for two people talking. Finally said, no, you got to go outside
Right.
first.
Were you at Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go out, I walk out, and I'm walking the whole hospital. I finally, 30 minutes later, I'm finally in the right spot. I fill it
Right.
out. They said, come in. I'm going to try to make it short. They said, sit down inside. Okay. I wait 15 minutes. A nurse comes to me. We're getting the doctor. The doctor comes over. We're preparing the room. They finally prepare the room. I walk into the room. I've been there an hour now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then the doctor comes in and says, well, we're waiting for the doctor to come in from another hospital.
Correct.
Okay. So I wait another 30 minutes. And I said, "Aren't you a doctor?" She says, "Well, yes, but I can't do this." It's
Right.
an ingrown toenail.
Right.
Okay. I don't understand what kind of doctor can't do an ingrown
Okay.
toenail.
I take that up to a heart attack.
Wait.
Oh, what?
Then
I'm
she
sorry.
comes back.
Okay.
Then she comes back and she says, "Can we reschedule you to Thursday?" And this is Monday. I said, "It's an ingrown toenail. Why don't you do it?" I can't do that. You're a doctor, right? I says, "I asked you when I first came here, was there a doctor on call?" She goes, "Yeah, well, that's me." And I was like, I'm confused. I says, "You know what? You had a first chance to make it a first impression. I ain't coming back on Thursday. I'll let Carolyn cut it out." She says, "Well, what about the pain? And what about the shot to?" I says, "It's not the pain is coming here through traffic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
back and forth."
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't get what happened. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. Look at this Mike Wayne here.
Mike, you're getting a timeout. That's it.
Prostate. Get rid of Mike.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been watching. Mike's being timed out. Time out,
Uh,
Mike. We're getting timed out for
24 hours.
24 hours. You're timed out.
There you go.
Bye, Mike.
I hope you hit the right one. Okay, good.
It's all deleted.
Thank God.
Sorry, guys. I'll go back a little bit. Uh, Audio's good, high quality, but your volume is low. To view my normal 28 volume, I have to turn up to 50 to hear you. Sorry about that. I don't know how to make that better yet.
I wonder if it's my mic.
You have to talk right
I'm
into the
kind of
mic,
like
and
this. I'm going back and
unfortunately,
forth.
you can't do that. You
I
really have
am.
to bring. That's why I said I'll move it to the other side for you next time. Um, is more of a U.S. partner than compared to the Chinese communist influence. I don't know. You want to answer this one, Jay Nibs?
What's that? Probably don't want to get political,
Yeah,
but I would. Yeah, that's for sure.
we don't want to get
But
political.
I would be interested in how the Phils is more of a U.S. partner than compared to the Chinese communist influence in, say, Thailand. Above my pay grade, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't get into politics.
Well,
It's
it's
really
not that.
bad.
I don't even know the answer. I'm not sure of the question.
Well, actually, Thai hospitals aren't free, of course. But that's a long story. You're bringing up something, Mike, that has a lot more to it than that.
That's Oscar.
I'm sorry, Oscar. Well, Oscar, Mike. Uh, there's a long story behind that. We're not going to go there now. They don't rent houses with solar. You install them yourself in Duma. That's true. We got one in there. Get rid of Mike. I did. Okay. Mike's gone. Uh, had my wife dig out my ingrown toenail. Painful, but does it in 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it was painful. It hurt, but it's just a freaking ingrown toenail. I've been through a lot worse. Um, it's just easier than going to the hospital. So don't want to go to the hospital for something simple. That's the answer. Uh, Paul, question for you right here.
What is that?
Right here. You see my little mousey, my little finger?
I was part of USA until it was part of USA until 1945. Yeah, it's a colony. Yeah,
Six.
as Philippines was slated to be the 49th state, but we gave them their independence, and 80% speak English, and 85% are Catholic, and lowest tariff, lowest of most countries. Well, that's good to hear. I knew all about the how we gave it back to them. It used to be back then you were actually it was a territory. So if
Oh,
you wanted to take your Filipina back to the States, no big deal. It was like taking an American citizen.
wait, I got an interruption. We've got a new guest. Oh, she needs
Here,
my.
come here and sit
She
down.
grabs my wallet and walks out.
Yeah,
That's all she wanted. She didn't want to
yeah.
give me a kiss. She didn't say hello. Did
No,
you see that?
no,
You want to say hi? No.
no.
All right. Love you. Okay. We
Okay.
said hi for Carolyn.
Carolyn says hi.
I, let's see. Volume normal here. I can hear you both fine. Thank you, Alan. Laszlo. David also said fine. All right. They are Samsung microphones. I had tried 4 sets of microphones, anywhere from 350 a piece each to these cheap $27 ones. The cheap $27 ones work the best. Go figure. Uh, hey guys, how common is it that houses are broken into in Duma? Are you comfortable leaving in your home if you're out traveling for a few days? This is from Calvin Williams. In my case, I have a housekeeper and I have a worker that's been here for several months, but he'll eventually go home. But my housekeeper will come daily. She has keys and I trust her. Known her for years.
Mhm.
How about for you, Paul?
My house is impenetrable.
Impenetrable.
Bars in
By
the window,
yeah, well, I have bars
triple
on my windows
locks
too, but
on the doors.
I have locks on the doors too.
Um, Triple.
No, but I have bikes
I
outside. I have
got
a
a
lot of bikes. I have a
bar.
lot of things outside.
We've got a lot of things, and
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
want to
have
give
bars.
away all my secrets, but
We
we've
want
got
to know
the
where's the
houses.
hidden
I'll
key?
say this: the house is secure. It's underneath the pool.
Yeah, underneath the pool. Nice. Okay. Well, okay. So you've
So
secured your house.
I can't secure the yard.
No, I can't secure
Okay,
my yard,
I can get over the fence
but I
and through
have
the
I have
fence.
someone would come here, and she's not very expensive. I actually pay Maricel a little bit more than she was getting paid. She was working in a sweatshop,
Uh,
and
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, I pay her a little bit more. I pay her now because she does everything. She cleans up, takes care of the dogs, makes breakfast for the worker, and the dog makes food for the dog. She takes out the trash. She does everything. Okay. And she knows what I like. And so I give her 500 pesos a day. She works 6 days a week, except for when her kids are sick. She has three little girls. So sometimes they get sick, or it's bad weather because she rides a motorbike. She can't get in here when it's really bad weather.
Mhm.
But we're kind of done with the rainy season right now. So I mean that's 2,500 pesos a week. 10,000 pesos is a good paying job for a Filipino, but that's when you figure out it's about $180 a month USD.
So she does all that, plus you've got security.
She'll go and pay our bills for us. Oh, yeah, she's security. She goes and
That
pays
was
our
the
bills.
question. You've
Uh,
gone off on a whole new thing.
well, the point is she's here. So yeah, she's our security because she
Okay.
watches everything. Plus, I have an outdoor dog, Rocky,
Mhm,
and I have an indoor dog,
mhm,
Einstein.
mhm.
So Rocky is a German Shepherd, and he's also our nighttime watchdog when she's not here.
One of the things I don't even worry about if someone was to break into my house
Oh,
is when we leave, like if we go out of town,
hmm.
we take the laptop with us. We take cash. We don't leave any
You don't leave
cash.
cash, of
We don't
course.
leave
Don't leave
any
cash
cash.
yeah, no, don't
We
leave
don't have any
cash.
jewelry. We don't have any silver bars laying around.
What?
I mean, if
Oh,
somebody,
I'm not breaking in now.
yeah, see, if somebody wants to come in and get a bag full of okay, okay shorts from me, that would be the haul. You know?
Well, I hate to say
The
it, but
couch is 6 years
if
old.
Mike Williams on here, he said they'd be stealing her undies. I'm saying it in a polite way. Okay, um, so
I'll
you just
give you
I
the
just
website where we got those listed.
don't forget like, share, and subscribe. See, I said it. There you go.
You should
Um,
hold my microphone because Alvin's getting upset with me. Paul, face the mic when you talk. I'm
yeah,
trying to read comments,
that's
man.
why I said I'll switch it to the other side.
I'll
It'll be
just go
better
like
for you.
this.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna.
can't look at the camera, but I can go like this.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna next time you come, that's gonna be on the other side. So the microphone's at an angle where you could read the comments and face the microphone and also face the camera.
How many likes are you getting?
I don't
You
know.
know, you need to get likes.
Where do I find that
If
out?
you decide to like the channel,
Oh, I have 116 likes. Look, it's right
yeah,
there.
but you got 210 people. You should have 210 likes. What's wrong
I
with you
just went to
people?
118. Woo, I got
If you
118
do
likes.
like, make sure you bend at the knees and hydrate. All
We
right, we
have
don't want anybody getting injured liking the video.
210 viewers. That's double
See, the
what I
likes
ever
just
had.
went up. We have
Yeah,
to
now the likes are
request
going
them.
up. Look at that. You can see it.
See, come on, guys, like the video or the live stream or
What's the
whatever the hell
chat
I'm
rate
doing.
3? What does this mean
Oh,
right
no
here, Paul,
clue.
on the analytics? What is
No
this?
clue.
No clue what that means. I'm so
Uh,
glad you're at this for years. Uh,
I've never seen it
average view
before.
duration is
I don't
14
have all
minutes.
this whiz bang. I got a little goofy phone
I told
and
you
a
it's a lot
$10
more complex.
microphone. What do you
OBS.
want from me?
There's even more stuff on here. I mean, I go into stream health and it tells me how we're doing. I can under analytics, I can go down.
Big party at Paul's house.
I can also change settings like
Housekeeper, Goldfinger is wealthy. You got that right, Big Dave.
yeah.
Big money, big money.
Everybody thinks I'm wealthy. The truth is, no, I'm not wealthy. I'm very comfortable, and the problem with that is I eat too much. But I eat fattening foods. That's
What
good.
happened to your diet? I asked you
I
once
know
before and you blew me off. You don't want to
because
tell
I
me
blew
what
off the
happened?
diet. What do you want me to
Why?
say?
Why? You were fasting. You were,
I was eating one meal a day, and I was
yeah,
doing low carb, no carb.
yeah. Didn't you feel better?
Yes,
But what blew you off? I mean, I'm not dissing you because I did the same thing.
um,
I was down
pressure,
30 pounds,
pressure.
stress.
I eat
I
I
asked
eat
Jason, why am I
stress.
gaining weight? Excuse me. I asked Jason, who's our expert on this, Why am I gaining weight again?
Jason, yeah,
And he goes, you're under stress.
yeah,
And I said,
stress
you're
is big
right.
because
And
I
that's
had
the
the
same with you.
motorbikes. I was having problems with this. I
It's
had
stress
multiple
eating.
problems with
It's
this.
actually normal.
Well, I eat.
Yeah.
I ate a lot
Yeah.
during
It's
the month
comfort
or
food.
2 months I'm trying to build this studio, and I couldn't figure it out.
Right.
And StreamYard wanted a lot of money to use them with 2 cameras, and a friend of mine is showing me. Nick was spent a lot of time here. Nick spent many days here, and him and I were trying to figure out the problem with video, the problem with sound, the overall problem with two
That
cameras,
made you eat.
lighting. Nick,
No, but that made you eat. That was stressful
yes,
to
it
you.
was because yeah,
Yeah.
and he was
It's
getting upset.
amazing how we go to things that comfort us. Like some people will go to alcohol, some people will turn to drugs,
I don't drink. I
but
don't
so
do.
there's other people that turn to food.
Yeah,
And that's the
I food.
categories that you and I fall
I
into.
fall into food.
I don't get into booze. I don't get into
I
narcotics.
stressed a lot about today
Oh, you did?
because I wanted everything to be right, and I had problems figuring out how to live stream. Now this is my third.
Hmm.
It worked.
Yeah,
Two
cool,
cameras, it worked, and
cool.
I did it all on my own. Yay!
Yeah. You know,
But and you said to me because I talked to you about StreamYard, and you said to me just the other day, keep with OBS, you'll figure it out. Now it's not a big deal. I learned some
yeah,
shortcuts
yeah.
that it will OBS will set it up for you. Okay, but I didn't realize that OBS will set it for, and you just hit go live on OBS, and it does the same thing that StreamYard does. It sets up the stream key, it copies, it pastes, it does it
The
all.
reason I
I
said
didn't
that
know
is
that.
because you had already done it once.
Yeah.
And then you jiggy jacked around with it and couldn't remember.
On the second live, we recorded 9 times. The first 8 were 1 minute to 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And where I'm saying to Carolyn, it's not working. It's not recording. I can't see myself. What's wrong with this damn thing? Okay. And then we go off. Then we go back on. And
Yeah.
then we reset it. Then we go. We didn't realize that we were living 1 3 minute lives. It
It's
was like
okay. It's
I felt like such
okay.
a dork. I was
You're
like
looking
supposed to
for
electronically.
perfection out of the gate.
I felt like
And you
electronic
know what you
idiot.
do a year from now when you're doing this, you'll be laughing about, all the stress that you went through. Because
Mm,
what happens is you get muscle memory.
mm.
And pretty soon it's just clicking these buttons and going here.
Yeah,
Everything's so overwhelming.
editing was
You got people
incredible.
coming on the chat, you
So
got the microphones, you got a bitching and moaning, or you got a praising you, and you're trying to worry about, how's the guest feel? How's this working?
right.
How's that looking?
And you
And
can't
it
please
guess what?
everybody. You can't
Guess
please
what?
everybody either.
The biggest regret that people have as they age is putting so much emphasis on what other people think.
Yes.
And it's worthless.
Yes.
And if they don't like it, big
Oh, I
BFT,
have a guy that says he
you
wanted me
know?
to talk about things in the Philippines,
Yeah,
places to go and places to see. I mean, you're on the wrong channel.
right,
I'm here to help guys come over.
right.
I'm here to answer questions from foreigners.
Right.
Okay.
It's your niche.
I'm
And
not
you stay
here
true to
for,
yourself and do what you
I
want
was
to
very
do.
polite, but I said, this channel is not for you.
No,
No,
no.
I'm going to tell you.
That's a beautiful thing. That's why these guys say there's too many YouTubers. Again, I hate talking about YouTube, but no, there isn't because there's one that's going to resonate with you while
Right.
somebody else doesn't. And find that person or people
Yeah.
that
Cause not
resonates
everybody,
with you. Not
um,
everybody wants your information.
yeah,
A lot of people don't want my information.
I watched Ricky. I liked Ricky. He was very methodical,
Yeah,
logical,
yeah, yeah.
educated. Then you came on. I really liked your channel, and really the two of you. I didn't really go for uh, uh, Geo. He was too young, moving around too
Well,
much.
just it. Is like you got
It's
the
not that he was
50-year-old
bad. He just wasn't.
crowd
He just
is
wasn't
going to
my.
watch Geo.
Yeah.
All right. The 70-year-old crowd, 65 plus, is going to watch me.
Right.
Yeah. So
It is what it is.
it is what it
It
is.
is what it is. Okay, we haven't been answering
All
these
right. What do we
questions.
got?
We got to jump ahead. Uh, let's see. I'm sorry, I haven't been moving this either. What Filipino food? What food do you miss most? It's at the very top. Wait a minute, let me go down a little bit. Filipino food. What food do you miss the most from the States? About everything. I don't know. Everything. There is no American food, real American food here. Okay. I don't care if it's Italian, Chinese, okay,
I
but
would argue that with you.
a cheeseburger. Oh, come on. Where do you go that has real American food here?
Well, when you're talking pizza,
Oh yeah, let's talk
okay,
pizza.
what is
It's okay.
that?
I've had
Boom.
better
Okay.
in
Uh,
the States,
okay.
way better.
Okay. I can't remember having much better, but okay.
I have. I prefer, but
Um,
it's okay. It's one of the best, one of
all
the better
right.
ones.
So you got that. Um, Mexicana for a
Mexicana's good
burrito.
for Mexican food,
Okay.
but I've
I'm 2 for
there's
2.
better Mexican food
Of course there is.
in the U.S., which isn't even Mexican food. Because if you go to Mexico,
Yeah.
it's different. It's totally
Yeah.
Mexican food in the U.S. is different than Mexican
Yeah.
food in Mexico.
Casablanca, you get a great burger.
And Casablanca does have a good burger. I will
Okay.
give them that.
Not the
They have a
best.
blue cheeseburger
You know,
too.
it's not
It's
the
really good.
best. It's not In and Out. It's
Yeah.
not Five
Oh, don't
Guys.
talk about In-N-Out. I
But
miss In-N-Out.
I know. What you kill. Huh?
And as far as Krispy Kreme, you have to go to Cebu.
Yeah. I
You
don't
wa-
like Krispy Kreme donuts.
you don't like Krispy Kreme donuts. Interesting. You're one of the
Hey,
first.
you know the most fattening food on the planet is
No,
donuts.
donuts are the most fattening because they're
According
full
to
of
Jason.
oil, carb,
No, it's
and
all
sugar
carbs and
typically.
sugars.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like
They don't use good oil here either. You don't find too
yeah.
many people that will use olive oil. You
No.
could buy olive oil. I cook with olive oil.
Mm,
But Carolyn, when she makes fried things, they don't like the taste of olive oil. They use Crisco. Not good.
no.
What do I miss?
What else we got?
Everything. Uh,
Let's see, you're both rich, very rich. Maybe not wealthy or have any money, but you were both so very rich. I would agree with that, Alan.
well, in
Alvin,
comparison, I
you're
feel
right.
very rich because I'm very lucky.
Yeah,
I have a wonderful fiance. I call my wife. Uh,
money doesn't make you rich, really.
no, there's a lot
No,
more to
a
rich
lot
than
more to
being
it than that.
money. That's for sure. You learn that in when you get older, though.
And you know what? You're supposed to learn is it's not what you make, it's what you owe. So if your overhead's Zippo, how much do you need?
Yeah,
If
that's
you
true
own your
too.
home free and clear, and you own your scooter free and clear, and your furnishings and all that, it's just you're just down to maintenance.
Yeah, that's true.
Take away.
I enjoy retired life.
Yeah.
Just I was a little bit stressed getting everything ready and up to this point,
Hmm.
but now I can kick
But
back
the
and now I can.
stress was self-inflicted.
Yes,
That's the difference.
yes, it's true.
Is when you're employed and you're working, the stress is from outside influences.
Yes,
It's people,
yeah.
it's family,
No, you're
it's
right.
kids, it's wives, it's employers, it's employees. It's all this shit that's coming at you from different directions. When you're retired, you actually have a choice. Do I want to stress myself out
And I didn't
and
really
take on a
retire.
project? Or do I just want to
I call it retired, but I'm not retired, am I?
do I just want to kick back and watch the day go by, sit on the boulevard, look at the pretty girls, have a beer, have a coffee, whatever, with a couple of old farts like me, and how do I want to spend my day?
I like the mornings here because they're cool,
I love them.
uh, and you don't have the mosquitoes
I love the
like
mornings.
evening. I love the mornings here.
That's why I talk about the balcony.
So I
When
like to
you
go
say
out
in your
there.
condo,
Yeah,
I gotta have my mornings outside.
yeah. I like the sunrises.
Uh,
They're beautiful
I
across the
wake up
ocean.
at 3 or 4 every morning, whether I
Yeah,
want to. Today I was up at 3 o'clock,
yeah, yeah.
and
I got up at 2.
just the way I'm
I
built.
definitely like the mornings. It's
Yeah.
very
All
pleasant
right. What's
outside.
next?
Okay, we're missing stuff.
Natural
What,
meds can help. Natural is the way to go for what's natural. What's wrong? My
where are you
weaknesses are
looking?
all the good bakeries. This guy makes a good point, Paul K. My weaknesses are all the good bakeries here in Dumas. I know where to get best donuts, 2 pesos, even cinnamon rolls and bagels. I stole Paul's one
Yeah.
day.
They do have good
He
bakeries
went
here,
to
and that's true. They do. Where did I lost it? Uh, thank you, Mike, but we're not going to go there. Just different. It's just different. Paul, the Philippines is what you make of it, as your attitude is the key. As Paul says, adjust, adapt, accept, have lots of patience. Lots of patience. Smell the flowers.
yeah, slow down.
Jollibees or McDonald's? Jollibees for me. What about you?
McDonald's.
That's fingers. Okay. Jollibees for me. I've never been a McDonald's fan. If I'm stressed, David says, if I'm stressed, I wake up early, go live stream now with Goldfinger. Yeah. Stefan says, Goldfinger and Paul, very good individual shows. Very good as a team. Thank you. Great for the, thank you for the entertainment and information. Uh,
Danny DuBois, the money I make playing music will get me all the service water I can drink.
with all the service water. And that doesn't seem fair, does it, Danny? Boy, in the States, they give you sodas at least. I mean, shoot. Danny's a great guy. Glad to see
Good
Danny's
old
on here.
Danny. How you doing,
Danny,
Danny?
somebody asked me earlier about what project I'm doing, and it reminds me because Danny did fans last year in a classroom. We helped him set up and get these fans put together. That was one of my projects I started. I have gotten halfway through it when I started doing the studio and moving. So I need to work on that. So that's the next project. It's fans in the classroom. Um, okay, let's move on.
Let's
But
move
Danny,
on for 13 more minutes. That's an hour and a half. That's
okay,
plenty of time.
all right. But anyway, thank you, Danny, for doing the fans in the classroom. It was a great idea. And feelings, even if on the
So you
menu
guys get the 13-minute warning.
you got 30 minutes, okay.
Yeah. I don't like going these things more than 90 minutes. I did one for 6.5 hours once, a live stream.
What is your favorite go-to meal in the
He's not
Philippines?
paying
What is
attention
your
to me.
favorite go-to meal, Paul?
My favorite?
Go-to meal? Where's your favorite restaurant or favorite go-to meal?
Good question.
No, I didn't get any more message from the British guy. Actually, I did, and I deleted it. I decided it was a joke, and I just didn't want to go into those anymore. Those crazy sex in the swing
Oh, that
messages.
the
That
feathers
that
and
guy.
all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I blocked him. What was your favorite restaurant food, Paul?
Boy, it kind of depends on your mood. I'm on a pretty strict diet. So I'm kind of,
Tell me about your diet.
well, it's the same thing you're on. One meal a
No, I
day.
was on.
Okay. It's one meal a day, and it's all protein, no carbs, no sugar. So that makes it a little complicated.
No carbs, no sugar. Well, that's fine. Absolutely no carbs, no sugar.
Zero.
You're
Well,
100%.
as far away as I can get it. There's some hidden carbs and some stuff out here, I'm sure, that I'm eating that if I eat out. But when I'm home, what I
Now,
do is I buy a bunch of steaks at
do you season
Bellcrest.
them?
No.
Do you use pepper? Are you a lion? Because there's a carnivore lion which doesn't use anything, no vegetables. Do you eat vegetables?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not a lion carnivore. So you're just a carnivore. But that's still even so. I like vegetables. So
I like
how do you prepare your vegetables?
steamed broccoli and cauliflower.
With butter? Real butter?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hardcore butter.
Because you need your fat.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
All right, and it's working for you.
Absolutely.
Man, a lot of people are coming up here. Um,
But we need more likes.
yes,
I don't know why.
yes, I use Balik Beyond boxes, and yes, I use my name and my
I
name
always
being
ask
featured.
for likes when I do a live
Awesome.
stream.
Street food, I stay away from street food. Um, it's a good way to get food poisoning. Street food. Do you own a car? There.
You want a car?
Do I own a car? No, I don't own a car. Paul does. I don't. I might get a tuk tuk soon. Um, I'm gonna skip on.
Yeah, my coffee's cold. You're absolutely right, David.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Great team. Oscar says great team. And David's reminding you of your coffee. We got, what's that? Team Go Dog. Is that what our new name is? Go Dog. They obviously have different schedules, but making this a weekly or monthly appearance, a set time would likely get a much larger audience. Well, that's true. I'll work on it. I'll talk to Paul. Carnivore diet. Yeah. Tootsie's, not too many people know about Tootsie's Kitchen. It's a hidden secret. I told you about that. You took Baby May there once.
I
They
did.
had a swing over a heart-shaped swing over a pond. It's set back. You go through a tunnel type thing, and hang to the left. Tootsie's. It's it's right on National.
Did we go there?
You did.
Okay, I don't
It's been a
remember.
long time. I haven't been there in a long
It's
time
been
either.
a long
It's
time.
a hidden gem. Tootsie's.
It's one of those hard to find places.
It's kind of hard to find, but there's plenty of parking. Once you go inside this tunnel, you can park your bike, and if you go further, you can park a car. But the place itself is really good and expensive, and they have vegan food as well as
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. It was actually very
yeah. Yeah.
good. If you have to recommend a
You like
hotel,
Moon Cafe. You hated Moon
I did
Cafe.
not like Moon
But
Cafe.
I know the whole reason behind that. I'm not going to break your balls about it, but it was the way you ordered the food
Mm.
that you screwed up. I have a method for ordering food, but
Well,
I'm going
you
to leave
have to
you alone.
tell
I'm going
me.
to be a nice guy today.
Here's
I'm
what it
not going
says:
to beat you up.
Palmitos. You know
I
what
can't
Palmitos?
guarantee that next time.
Uh, let's see. I'm going through it. Western. You have a favorite
Lion diet
hotel?
is beef and salt. That's what Jordan Peterson does.
Yeah, salt. You can't have pepper. Uh,
I get Oscar Mike is asking where do you get the steaks? It's a place called Bellcrest.
yes,
I get Brazilian beef
that's the
and I
best.
have them slice it straight from the
It's a little bit
slab.
pricey.
Well,
I go in
actually,
there.
comes. You know
I
what it comes down to, bro? It
what?
comes down to $5 a steak, and I
That's not
eat
so bad.
and I eat one a day.
How thick do you have them cut? You
I
buy prime rib,
inch, 1 inch
1 inch thick. Okay.
Brazilian beef.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 3,000,
I
3,500
go in, I
pesos per
spend
kilo.
$200 on steaks,
Yeah,
but I freeze them bad
yeah,
boys
it's about ten
and
thousand pesos.
whatever. Yeah, but it's cheaper than eating out. I went with May to Sands Ball yesterday.
Yeah.
She had whatever she had. I had a Caesar salad,
Hmm.
and it was 1,000 pesos, $20.
That's absurd. Where was this?
Sands Ball.
Oh, that's
She
absurd.
had extra rice, and she had a bottle of water, and I had a Caesar salad.
It's not
And
that expensive. Why do they charge so much for? What did baby make?
I
Did baby
forget, I
meat?
don't know, she got beef lingua or something like
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, it seems a little heavy, but
They're all
for a
getting heavy
salad,
now, bro.
and
But
this
I'm
was.
saying 1,000 pesos for both of us.
I understand that
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I didn't thought you meant a
Now
thousand
mine
dollars
was
for two.
only like 200 pesos or something
Oh,
like that.
okay, that's reasonable. Okay,
But
that's
she
fine.
ate a lot.
She ate a lot. She's so little. How can she eat a
She
lot?
eats like an animal.
That's crazy. That's not
She
fair.
does.
That's
She
not
eats
fair.
more than I do.
That's not
And
fair.
then she had ice cream. And then she had a shake.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. And then
So
we
she
got
just,
home and she made food.
yeah, that's what Filipinos do.
It's amazing, man.
Every time I work, I go, "Where's my
I
workers?"
go,
Oh,
what
they're
are you
eating.
doing? She goes, I'm going down to Jing's house. I go, for what? She goes, we're going to eat. So we eat. I'm like,
That's funny. I
yeah.
know. Where she works
Where
it
it
off?
goes, I don't know.
That's
I have
crazy.
no idea.
That's crazy. Okay, you got a 4 minute, 5 minute warning, guys.
Hey, crazy people are in the house. Come on, let's go.
Uh, hey, don't forget, like. I need some likes.
Yeah,
I
you
only have
need
163 likes. Come on, guys.
163. We need like 170.
Well,
We got
yeah, come
7
on.
minutes to get seven
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 likes. We
likes.
need
Come
seven
on,
more likes, guys.
for Goldfinger. Do it for the
Do
do
it
it
for
for
me.
the kids. For crying out loud.
I'm almost monetized. Do you know that they count your hours watched a week away? Like they're counting when they're saying the hours, they're saying as of April 16th, April 17th.
So they're running behind.
They're running a week behind.
Yeah, they're running 2 days behind on your revenue. Also,
Well,
when
I
you
don't get
get
any
that,
revenue,
when you get that, but
but
they're
they're a
two
week
days
behind.
behind.
I already know I hit 3,000 hours. That's what you require. I'm at
Yeah,
2,700 a week and ago.
yeah, you're cool.
But I don't know. I'm probably not gonna make any money. I'm probably. What was your first paycheck that you got for them, and how do they pay you?
You have to earn at least $100
Okay,
before they'll pay you.
okay,
So if you've got $83 laying in there,
it's not
they
gonna happen.
send it to you,
Okay,
and you link a bank account to them
I don't think they ever asked me for my bank account.
because
I
you
know
haven't got to that point yet.
yeah, I know I filled out
Here's
the
what
authorization.
it'll bore everybody. I'll tell you later.
Okay,
That's
tell me
because
later.
nobody wants to hear about YouTube
Well,
on YouTube.
I suppose
Okay,
it's interesting though. It's complicated. YouTube is not as simple as I thought. I just thought you take a camera, you videotape, you pop it up on YouTube.
that's exactly
No,
what I do.
but it's a lot more complicated
No,
than that.
it's
It
not
can
just
be.
that simple.
There's all these things you can go into.
You
Or
can if
what's
you
your
choose
age group?
to. This
What
is why
videos
you're
got more
stress
people?
eating. Okay.
Yeah. People like you want to find out how many negatives there were. This one got 8 negatives. People like thumbs down. This one only got 2. Why?
That's where I have the most fun, though. I will talk about it for a minute. I like the analytics.
You like the analytics.
Because that's what I did for work. For I read
Oh, okay, yeah.
reports. That was my job, and part of my job. And I like analyzing data. I
Well,
like it. To me, it's fun. It tells you a whole story.
it does tell you a
It
lot of
really
information.
does.
It tells
It
you
really does.
who's watching you, when do they watch you, what cities are watching you, what countries are watching you,
Yeah.
who's watching you more, what
Yeah.
time of the day.
Yeah.
They even have an hour by hour if
Yeah.
you want to go into it, how many
Yeah.
people are watching your videos.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, but it's
Yeah.
too much for my
You know
head.
what I learned the most from? Are the videos that do really crappy.
Yeah.
And you know what does really crappy on my channel? Helping kids.
Helping kids.
That's
That's really
God's
that's
truth.
sad.
That is
Don't
kind
tell
of
me
a
that.
sad state of affairs.
That's a shame.
Yeah. But I did a deal on it. The orphanage that I did with you,
Right?
brutal.
Brutal.
Okay. The lab thing with you,
Yeah.
brutal. And nothing. And you know
But
what?
they want to open up
But you
their
know what?
pocketbooks to
Let
help
me
kids.
quantify that, okay? The Filipina P, one of the
Yeah,
most popular vloggers out
right.
here,
Of course.
whenever she does a giveaway
Uh,
or helps kids, views go way, way down.
Same thing.
Same thing across the board. And yet we continue to do it because it's passionate for us. And we're not saying we
Well,
are doing it.
I have to
We're
admit,
showing the community
I
doing
would
it.
donate for it, but I don't want to see it so much, other than to say that only to verify that my money went
Well,
towards the
I'm not even
kids.
talking donation. You won't hear me and you won't hear the P
Right.
ask for a donation
No,
ever.
no.
Okay. Because it's never happened.
Right.
All right. And she'll say that and I'll say that. But you do it
I'm
just
sure
because
Filipina
you
P puts
can.
up her own money. So do I.
She does.
And you've done that too
Yeah.
with orphanages.
Yeah, but you don't
Way
brag
back
about it.
when.
You don't blow your own horn.
No.
You just show it,
Well, that's the right way.
But the point, Hopi, and let me rewind this, is that those get the lowest amount of views.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, what gets the most amount of views,
No doubt.
train wrecks.
Train wrecks. What do you mean
Yeah,
train wrecks?
train wrecks.
Like,
People losing all their money. Uh, expat John, remember?
yes.
Okay, well, no
Who could
money, no
forget that one?
honey.
Who
You
could
can't
forget that?
forget that.
No.
This poor guy is over here, he's starving, and the people watched it like they watched Kim Kardashian's ass. It's amazing.
That's sad. That tells you what kind of humans we are.
Yeah, they're
We
like, I'll tell you why,
we like it when someone fails.
because it makes us feel better.
That's sad.
They go, look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Yeah, what did he
He's
fucked
worse
up.
off
He's
than I.
worse than
Oops,
me.
he's worse off than I am, and it makes people feel better about themselves.
Hmm.
It's an interesting dynamic.
It is, but it
Yeah, so
also
I
says
learn a
a
lot from the
lot.
failures or what you perceive to be a failure.
So
It's really
I
a
really
victory.
only want to have failures on my channel.
Yeah, and you'll excel at that.
I gotta go with what sells. Bad news sells. Maybe I'll change the name. Bad news Goldfinger. That's what sells. That's what sells. I gotta go with what sells.
All
And we
right,
have
we got
anybody?
2 minutes.
I
2 minute
oh wait,
warning.
I forgot to move it.
Hey, look, you got to 176. We
You
exceeded our goal here, 170.
thank you,
Thank you very
Edward. You
much,
thanked me.
everybody. Can we get to 180? Can I hear 180?
He says, I thought the same thing, Peter. I'm shocked. People like drama, unfortunately.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
David, that's true. Thanks, Paul. Oprah loves to say, look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oprah. We're not gonna go there. And we love train wrecks. We can't look away. Yeah, that's true. 2 minute warning. Goldfinger, the peanut girl on your channel.
You know what? I got a secret about the peanut girl.
What's that?
She plays for the other team.
Meaning,
Boys liking,
oh really?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I There's so many guys wanted to meet the peanut. Absolutely beautiful. She was on my wife's channel.
this one says Bahia restaurant has the best
Excellent
tacos.
food.
Excellent Bahia. I've heard about
Excellent.
Bahia. There's also a
Excellent. It's
rib.
upstairs.
There's the barbecue rib place now. Brian's Ribs. It's in North Point. I think it's called Brian's.
Must have come up. No.
All of a sudden, look. Do you see anything? Thanks, Goldfinger and Paul. You're great. Thank you.
Seen an old video Paul was on, did not even look like him now. He had to be 100 pounds heavier. I was a lot heavier. Thanks, Goldfinger and Paul. Thank you. Look, you got 180 likes, buddy. All right. And you're at
All right.
11:30.
By the
We
way,
are
I
signing
never
off.
told you. I'm having. You never asked what all these were.
Look,
I'm
I don't
surprised.
care.
I have special. I
You're
have
going to have
special.
to hold it till next time because
Okay.
when you say goodbye, you can't be like a pastor that says, and in conclusion, and then an hour
I passed
later,
the
he
hat.
finally,
I want to be like a
finally,
pastor and pass the hat. You can't do that. No.
you're done.
Okay.
You're done. Bye,
Well, for next one,
everybody. Thank
everybody,
you for
we're going
tuning
to end
in.
the stream. Love you all. Now, see, it
Yeah.
says, do I hit end now?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, I've hit end now. Bye. Will they still see all the things that are still going here?
I just shut it down.
You just shut it down. You don't even see the end.